Jim Carrey is one of the most famous and beloved comedians in Hollywood. He has been making us laugh for decades with his unique brand of humor. In this video, we will take a look at some of the funniest Jim Carrey impersonations out there. These videos are sure to make you laugh. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us. So let's dive into the video. Number 10. William Shatner. It's entertaining to impersonate William Shatner. He has peculiar mannerisms, an outrageous acting style, and has portrayed so many legendary television roles that he is essentially well-known everywhere. On Star Trek, he elevated the character of Captain Kirk to previously unimaginable heights, but even he isn't immune to Carrey's anger. The racial tensions on board the Starship Enterprise must be navigated by Carrey's Kirk in this sketch from In Living Color, and it makes for some comedy gold. This is an obvious instance of exaggeration over accuracy, as is the case with the other impressions on this list. However, doesn't that also serve to describe Shatner's approach to acting? Number 9. Matthew McConaughey. Let's face it, someone needed to tone down those Lincoln adverts by 1 or 2 notches. And Jim Carrey is the ideal candidate. If you close your eyes, you could actually nod off, since everything about Carrey's portrayal of McConaughey appears so fluid and natural, from the sleepy eyelids to the languid Texas drawl. We'll leave it to Lincoln to decide whether or not to issue a disclaimer reminding motorists never to listen to McConaughey advertising while actually operating the vehicle. We think Carrey's imitation is nearly perfect, but we guess Lincoln didn't want to spend millions of dollars to have Carrey appear in the commercials. Number 8. Kevin Bacon. This impression is kind of nasty, kind of lazy, and extremely amusing, as Jim himself admits. Who thought you could perfectly impersonate the veteran actor with just a shirt or hood? Let's acknowledge the 6 degrees of separation while we're at it and leave it to Carrey to analyze what it takes to be Kevin Bacon. In Batman Forever, Jim played the Riddler, and on The Tonight Show, he portrayed Batman as Kevin Bacon. Unsettling, yes? Number 7. Kermit the Frog. If this impression doesn't make you feel nostalgic, you didn't do childhood well. It's amazing that Carrey wasn't hired by the Muppets, given how endearing, accurate, and loving his impersonations of Kermit and Miss Piggy are. His body moves inexplicably in unison with Kermit's, and his capacity to switch between the voices effectively transforms him into a one-man wrecking team. Although we would like to elaborate, we feel that this impression speaks by itself. Number 6. Peewee Herman. Although younger audiences might not be aware with Peewee Herman, no one who grew up in the 1980s and 1990s can dispute Jim's flawless portrayal of the formerly huge TV personality. Pee-wee is difficult to imitate since he uses multiple voices, as well as a variety of body gestures and facial expressions. However, leave it to the boss to out Pee-wee. When Jim genuinely starts to resemble Peewee Herman, to the point where it would be difficult to distinguish between the two, you know the impression is tremendous. But let's not get into that. Number 5. Jay Leno. The shrill voice, the jerky head movements, the protruding chin. It's challenging to single out just one aspect of Jay Leno that Jim Carrey's imitation may exploit. For a remarkably long period of time, roughly long enough to fill up an entire episode of Jay Leno's late-night program, Jim transforms into Jay, and the entire thing works. The mocking of Sinead O'Connor is ultimately a bonus, but overall this one is very funny. It's fantastic when a brilliant comedian like Jay Leno, who is known for criticizing others, is used as the mirror, and Jim Carrey is once again the most accurate. Number 4. Robin Williams. Jim Carrey is probably the only comic on the planet who can equal the enthusiasm and magnetism of a young Robin Williams. This image is reinforced by the fact that these two were quite identical, almost like they were made of the same stuff. Given how young Jim was when he performed the imitation of Robin Williams, it is actually astounding how accurately he mimics the actor's disposition, thought process, and demeanor. There will never be another Robin Williams, but he'll never truly be gone, much less forgotten, as long as Carrey is still here to impersonate him. Number 3. Jack Nicholson. How on earth do eyebrows even move that way? Once more, this impression is considerably more complex than just a voice or facial expression. No Hollywood actor has a more recognizable essence than Jack Nicholson, therefore it's all about conveying that. Few living screen icons have more timeless films under their belt, from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest to A Few Good Men. With so much time and material at his disposal, Jim gives a convincing impression, and if you don't know that, you don't know Jack. Look no further than Carrey's convincing deepfake in The Shining for additional evidence. Number 2. Elvis Presley. Long before he became a Hollywood success in the early 1980s, Jim was amusing audiences and establishing himself not only as a fantastic up-and-coming comic but also as an incredibly brilliant performer. Jim demonstrates his astonishing vocal prowess while impersonating Elvis, and it should go without saying that Andy Kaufman is beaming down on him from the moon. Despite the innumerable Elvis impressions we've had to put up with over the years, Jim's portrayal of the King is particularly appealing. It was obvious even at an early age that Jim was here to stay. Number 1. Clint Eastwood. Jim Carrey stands apart from the majority of other impressionist comedians due to his total dedication to his roles. And his flawless Clint Eastwood impersonation shows off the entire range of his talent. Few actors could recreate the cinematic legend as well as Jim, from the contorted face to the menacing glint in the eyes to the eerie voice and mannerisms. Jim is the ideal person to present the man with no name with his Lifetime Achievement Award. Since imitation is the highest form of flattery, it is likely safe to assume that Jim Carrey only imitates those he finds attractive. Those are the top 10 funniest Jim Carrey impersonations. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure to subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us. See you in the next video.